An update in XXX Tentacion's trial, a strike directed at the LA school district, and a mother's abortion story.
All this and more on APSU TV News. Welcome back to another episode of APSU TV News. I'm Talon Jones.
And I'm Ashley Hughes. A Florida jury settles on a guilty verdict for 3 men involved with the robbery and killing of Jocelyn Onfroy, better known by his rapper name XXX Tentacion. The AP Wire says the jury deliberated for over a week before convicting Michael Boatwright, Dendrick Williams, and Tavon Newsom of first-degree murder and armed robbery. Prosecutors presented surveillance video and cell phone video of the men with handfuls of cash hours after the killing. They will receive mandatory life sentences in April.
Thousands of service workers backed by teachers are striking against the Los Angeles Unified School District. The strike began Tuesday, affecting about 500,000 students in the nation's second largest school system. Striking workers are demanding better wages and increased staffing. Some held signs that read, "We keep schools safe. Respect us." The district has more than 500,000 students from Los Angeles and all or part of 25 other cities and unincorporated county areas.
A pregnant woman cannot seek abortion under Tennessee law unless her life and health are at risk. Doctors told expecting mother Allie Phillips her unborn daughter, Miley, had developed several untreatable diseases. Clarksville now says Tennessee doctors deemed Miley not compatible with life. Phillips was unable to have an abortion in Tennessee and traveled to New York with financial help from her mother and TikTok followers. New York medical staff took an ultrasound on arrival. They discovered Miley had died. Phillips had 2 weeks before her health would be affected, so the procedure was done immediately. Miley's cremated remains had to be mailed to the grieving mother.
A Nashville police officer has reportedly admitted he could have done more the day 24-year-old Michaela Carter was gunned down by her estranged husband. The Tennessee reports that an internal investigation by the Office of Professional Accountability found Officer Jason Hees violated the Metro Nashville Police Department, his policy on official obligations. Specifically, the investigation found Hees provided deficient or inefficient performance of duties. The report was finalized in June, 7 months after Carter's death, and was recently made public in a lawsuit filed against the city by her mother. The lawsuit alleges police wrongly told Carter they couldn't arrest her estranged husband, James Leggett, based on texts and calls when they violated an active order of protection in November 2021.
A Montgomery County Sheriff's Office will no longer publish mugshots to the public booking log, and the sheriff tells Nashville TV station that his own family experience has influenced that decision. A statement from Sheriff John Fuson replaces the mugshots on the MCSO booking log website. The statement details the harmful effects public mugshots have on the person and their loved ones. Fuson tells WTVF his daughter has not been arrested or accused of anything. However, the news station reports the TBI is investigating the actions of Fuson's daughter, Sarah Fuson. Special agents say they are looking into child abuse allegations at the daycare where she works. Clarksville Today reports the sheriff's brother, Darrell Fuson, received a citation for indecent exposure on March 13th.
Starbucks workers and labor activists rallied outside the company's Seattle headquarters Wednesday to protest what they describe as union busting efforts by executives. Organizers said employees also walked off the job at more than 100 stores in 40 U.S. cities. Though the company disputed the breadth of the protest and said nearly every store remained open, it did not immediately indicate how many locations closed. Some stores remained open because workers remained on the job, while others were staffed by employees from nearby stores who took additional shifts to cover the strikers.
Hyundai and Kia are recalling more than 500,000 SUVs and minivans in the U.S. The AP Wire says the tow hitch on affected vehicles can catch fire while they are parked or on the road. The Korean automakers are recalling the vehicles. Hyundai vehicles include the 2019 and 2023 Santa Fe models and Santa Fe hybrid variants, and the 2022 and 2023 Santa Cruz. The only Kia affected is the Carnival minivan from 2022 and 2023. Dealers will remove the fuse and tow hitch model until a fix is ready.
Closing its doors for good after serving Clarksville diners for many years. Clarksville now says the news spreads after a sign was posted on the door of the restaurant on Madison Street. An employee at the restaurant told Clarksville Now that the final day of operation was March 22nd. The employee said that the diner is closing after a developer had brought out a property and plans to establish a car wash in the location. Stick with us with this commercial break to find out what's happening on Political Corner.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
You want change. You want a community that supports you. You want the knowledge it takes to make a difference in this world. It's time to be more. It's time to be better. It's time to grow. The world you want to see starts with you. The life you want begins at Austin Peay State University. Learn more at apsu.edu.
Welcome to Political Corner. I'm your host, Kinsley Andrews. Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally survived a no-confidence vote from his GOP colleagues this week. Monday's vote happened after McNally was met with swift backlash following his Instagram activity becoming public. Flirtatious comments from McNally's public Instagram appeared over 80 times in the profile of a young gay man over the past 2 years. National's WKRN reports Representative Tom Warner from Chapel Hill led conversations calling for McNally's resignation and for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations to look into possible criminal violations. Despite Warner's effort, the lieutenant governor survived in a 19-7 vote. A bill to allow 18-year-olds to open carry handguns is moving forward. The proposal passed the Senate Judiciary Committee. Bipartisan pushback has appeared as questions are being raised over the rising juvenile crime rates as well as the overall maturity of 18-year-olds. The bill is currently headed to the Senate Finance Committee. National's WKRN reports that the bill ultimately might not matter as Tennessee Attorney General John Sumerty struck a deal with the far-right California rights group to avoid a lawsuit against the state. The group argued that 18-year-olds have the right to open carry guns. The Tennessee Commission on Youth and Children remains intact after a bill set to dismantle the commission failed to advance. The bill was extremely controversial and was met with widespread opposition from youth advocacy groups, both publicly and privately. The Tennessean reports that child advocacy groups argue that the commission is a vital cross-agency coordination for resources available to Tennessee children, as well as a watchdog group for the Department of Children's Services. Advocates appointed to Governor Bill Lee's sponsorship of the bill came only months after a commission released an eye-opening report regarding the conditions of Tennessee foster children. The report revealed that Tennessee foster children has experienced one of the highest level of instability in the nation. Lawmakers may revisit the matter as more allegations come to light. President Joe Biden issued his first veto on Monday. President's first veto blocked the repeal of a Labor Department rule permitting retirement investing being tied to environmental and social goals. The Republican-led effort was quickly met with opposition from the Biden administration, but gained some support from moderate Democrats. Biden announced on Twitter that his opposition to the rollbacks came after his representatives accused House representatives of risking America's retirement plans by making it illegal to consider risk factors that Republicans don't like. A revote is predicted to fail as Republican and moderate Democrats do not have enough support to override the president. We'll be right back with weather after the U.S. and Clarksville with these messages.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Wallace, and I'm here with your weather for the week. With our current national temperatures, we have Seattle at 42 degrees, Los Angeles at 61, Denver 47, Dallas 66, Chicago 40, Atlanta 78, and New York at 48. For today's highs across Tennessee, Memphis at 80 degrees, Clarksville 75, Nashville 80, Chattanooga 73, and Knoxville 79. And for our lows, there's a drastic difference. In Memphis, we have 54 degrees. Clarksville, we have 58 degrees. In Nashville, we have 60. In Chattanooga, we have 62. And in Knoxville, we have 62. Our current temperature across the campus of Austin Peay State University is 65 degrees with a little rain and some south winds at 9 miles per hour. And tonight's temperature will be 69 degrees with south winds at 17 miles per hour and a 99% chance of precipitation. And looking ahead at our 5-day forecast, looks like the weather's gonna lighten up a little bit for us. On Friday, thunderstorms, high of 75, low of 58. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 66, low of 44. Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 72, low of 52. Monday, partly cloudy, high 69, low 45. And Tuesday, partly cloudy, high of 60, low of 38. And that's all we have for the weather. We'll be right back with our sports.
Wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org. Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
Good afternoon, I'm Jamar Perkins and welcome inside the Sports Zone. First up, a few of Austin Peay athletic programs started conference play last week in a home series against North Florida. The baseball team, it was their first home game in weeks due to the storm damage at Raymond Sehan Park. In the Friday matchup, the Govs lost 7-3 against the Ospreys, but won 9-7 and 4-2 in the two following days to capture their very first ASUN series win on the season and in Austin Peay history. The Govs will look to take on Liberty this weekend, starting today at 3 in the afternoon, followed by a 1 p.m. Saturday matchup and a noon first pitch on Sunday. The Austin Peay softball team also started off conference play at home against Kennesaw State and split the first two games, winning 3-1 and losing 3-2, but they ultimately ended up defeating the Owls on Sunday 4-1, winning their series to make it a second Gov team last week to win their first ASUN series of the season and in school history. The Govs will look to continue conference play in North Carolina this weekend, taking on Queens 2 times on Saturday at 1 and 3:30 and on Sunday at 11 in the morning. Things are heating up for our Austin Peay basketball team as the transfer portal, as we've seen a lot of players coming and going. As far as our players possibly going out the door, sophomores Caleb Stone Carrawell, Sean Dewar-Gordon, and Elijah Hutchins Everett have all decided to test their waters in the portal. Austin Peay has already helped fill a spot in the guard position as Jamonte Black, a former Northwestern State player of Coach Corey Gibson, has decided to join him. Black averaged 15 points per game and was a sniper from long range, making 122 three-pointers on the season, which was a program record for Northwestern State. Other Northwestern State players have made the move in the past 72 hours, a lot of moves. 7'3" post player Jordan Wilmore, forward Jalen Hampton, guard Isaac Haney, and the reigning Southland Conference Player of the Year, DeMarcus Sharp. Sharp averaged 20 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals a game, And as an Austin Peay fan, I'm very excited to see what this new team will do next season. So in sports culture, keep your eyes on the ball is a very universal term for a lot of sports. But what happens when you can't do that? Just giving up was not an option for a certain team representing the United States. Jasmine Ramirez with CBS has more on the story.
Coming out the gate, I cannot imagine getting a ball.
It was a day of many firsts. The first match for the U.S. men's blind soccer team against Canada. The team has 8 athletes who have visual impairments along with 2 sighted goalkeepers. Alvaro Mora Arellano started playing soccer at the age of 5, just a couple years after losing his eyesight.
All my family and friends always had the time to play with me, and soccer is my love, my first love.
His love for the game shined through today. We watched Alvaro score Team USA's very first goal.
I made history. I scored the first goal for the U.S. and it was a victory.
Blind soccer has been part of the Paralympic Games since 2004, but the U.S. has never had a team. This will change in 2028 when LA hosts the Olympic and Paralympic Games. As the host country, the U.S. will get an automatic entry into the blind soccer competition.
And just like the U.S., Canada is trying to build their first team, so it's great that, you know, they're here and we're hosting them for this historic match.
Some of the players we saw today could very well be bringing their skills to the Paralympic Games.
In 2028, we have those games, but I'm sure that there are some more competitions coming soon, and that will help us to prepare.
Jasmine Ramirez, CBS 8.
Well, Stashville, that is going to do it here today inside the Sports Zone. But coming up, we'll have more news with Ashley and Talon here on APSU TV.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
You want change. You want a community that supports you. You want the knowledge it takes to make a difference in this world. It's time to be more. It's time to be better. It's time to grow. The world you want to see starts with you. The life you want begins at Austin Peay State University. Learn more at apsu.edu.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office held their annual chili cook-off on Friday, with crock-pots filled with a variety of flavored chili from the staff members at the Public Safety Complex. A panel of 10 judges from the community tasted each entry to decide the first, second, and third place winners. The chili cook-off competition at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office began in 2014 as an effort to raise money for the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. The event has continued each year, with money raised going to various local charities.
Collections come in all shapes and sizes, and very few make it into the Guinness Book of World Records. But a Minnesota family has a collection that has been in the record books twice. John Lauriston has the story.
Frigid winters make Frost a fitting name for a Minnesota town.
I always say it was the best place to raise my children.
It's a small community just north of the Iowa border.
Everyone knows everybody, and it's just a fun-loving town.
Fun-loving with one very unique distinction. Frost is home to about 200 people and about 100,000 hats.
Right here behind me on the wall, there's 1,000 hats on display.
And this is just a fraction of what Scott Legrid has. His late father, Bucky, started this collection in 1967, and Scott took it over when he passed away. Bucky was a farmer who thought colorful caps of all kinds blended well together, like a melting pot of headwear.
Did he ever wear these hats? No, he hardly wore a hat. That's the funny thing.
But it didn't stop Bucky's obsession. He was part of a nationwide group of collectors, and when word got out, people sent him more hats than he could handle. So some went on display, while others ended up in boxes. Those boxes filled 3 semi-trailers to the brim.
Implement dealers, seed dealers, feed dealers, oil companies, tool companies.
In this collection, no 2 caps are the same.
But it's not all farm stuff.
No, there's...
A&W, I saw Red Owl back there.
Yep.
You don't see Red Owl anymore.
No, there's anything and everything for companies.
It's history told through hats. Scott estimates that 75% of the companies on this garage wall don't even exist anymore. A sense of pride and preservation for Bucky, but not his biggest accomplishment. You'll find that in Scott's basement.
So you weren't kidding when you said your dad got every John Deere hat from every state.
No, here's the proof right here. He's got all the states.
And even the Canadian provinces.
50 states there, yep.
It took Bucky years to amass this collection. John Deere caps from Hawaii and Alaska are included, plus all the Canadian provinces and a variety of other countries. The entire cap collection got Bucky in the Guinness Book of World Records 2 different times. He'd even haul them to senior living centers to entertain people.
The easiest way to describe the relationship is he was my best friend. So we played together, worked together, farmed together.
And when Bucky passed away in 2011, Scott just couldn't let the hats go.
Sometimes I go looking for them, and sometimes they find me.
People keep sending them to Scott, and he happily accepts because he knows that's what Bucky would do. Every hat makes Scott feel like a part of his dad is still here. It's a tip of the cap to a great father, a great farmer, and a great collector.
Just proud of my father and what he did, and brings back some of the memories of when we went and got hat collections.
You will soon have a new store to check out at Governor Square Mall. Home Goods offers an assortment of indoor and outdoor home options. The home decor store will open doors in Clarksville on March 30th. A press release from the Home Goods say the store's prices are generally 20 to 60% below retail, with top brands available on the shelf. Home Goods will be open Monday through Saturday from 9:30 a.m. till 9:30 p.m. On Sundays, they will be open from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Store management did note that the hours may change, and they are looking to fill approximately 65 full-time and part-time positions.
Scientists have discovered that bees are not only capable of problem solving, but can also share the information they learned with other bees. Take a look at this.
Watch bumblebees solve a puzzle by watching other bumblebees solve a puzzle. A new study from Queen Mary University of London set out to show that bumblebees, like humans, are capable of socially learned behavior. Researchers designed a 2-option puzzle box with a red tab that opened clockwise and a blue tab counterclockwise. Demonstrator bees from 2 different colonies were trained to use either tab to reach a sugary prize inside the puzzle, while a group of observer bees watched them. When it was their turn, most observer bees chose the same tab option their respective demonstrator had, even with the other option available. Among other conclusions, the buzzworthy puzzle showed scientists that bees are capable of culture by socially learning behavior.
Oh my God, it's so loud!
Heavy metal healthcare. That's the idea behind a new rock and roll album written specifically to encourage surgeons to jam out in the OR.
They rewrote all of AC/DC to have medical lyrics.
It started with a 2022 study from Germany that showed loud rock music, AC/DC hits to be specific, played during certain surgical procedures led to significant improvements in surgical students' efficiencies. Now, NextMed Health and Click Health have created a new AC/DC-inspired album called Highway to Heal, with reimagined lyrics and doc rockin' riffs aimed at inspiring and celebrating life-saving medical professionals who, let's face it, are rock stars in their own right. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Once again, we have the entire crew up on the desk. So I wanted to just ask you, Jamar, the blind soccer team, that was an insane story. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
It was kind of just looking at it. It was kind of surreal for me, just the fact of, soccer, it's already a sport where you can't use your hands. So like imagining not being able to, that's why I've never played it, because I always wanted to use my hands with the ball. But the fact that not being able to see, and I think it's really cool how I believe they put like beads inside the ball to make it a little bit easier, but really cool story, and I was glad that I was able to share that. But any weekend plans for any of y'all?
Just work and homework, that's all.
Same here, same here. I mean, it's college, so.
Yeah. Seems as the closer the end of semester gets, some more homework.
Yeah.
It seems that way.
All right, well, that's about all the time we have for today. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at APSU TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV. Thanks for watching the APSU TV News Update. Have a fantastic day, and as always, let's go Peay!